Hi all, it's Quinn here with PTSD while black. Had a hell of a week, just brain-wise, and then I hurt my knee the other day, so a lot of pain. But, oh God, today I was feeling my feelings about the concussion and the way people have reacted to me with the concussion. This has been, the concussion was in November of 2016. And I've really not allowed myself to approach and to feel the feelings of abandonment, shame, and guilt um, around not being the person that I was before the concussion, and like how everyone around me thought that I should still be who I was, and that I haven't dealt with my feelings of adjusting to the new normal myself. And I realized with PTSD, it's compounded on top of mm, like feeling triggered when I think about how my in-laws treated me after the concussion. They thought maybe like I was just faking it, maybe I was being lazy, um, like I was um, choosing to be confused and suddenly angry, or not remembering things and not feeling afraid of how to handle things, instead of accepting that that was like my reality. So I realized in that environment I really wasn't allowing myself to feel my own damn feelings about the concussion. And then today my husband and I were watching a documentary. I think it was called New Normal, about this one woman's journey after her concussion and what her partner was going through too. And it was really helpful to have some validation and expression, because a large part of the time when we were living with my in-laws, I felt like I was such a burden. I still have feelings like that now that we're living alone too, but I feel like I was not wanted a lot, and that I was just in the way, and that everybody would be a lot better if I were just gone. And so it was good to have that validated in the documentary. Um, and that's kind of what I'm going through with living now here, where it's just me and my husband. It's the dealing with the suddenly having a seizure and the not knowing. I think this last week was, after this last seizure, there was a lot of PTSD and anxiety of a fear that it's going to happen again and that I won't be able to take care of myself. And that I really need to process those feelings. Um, but oftentimes I feel like I'm a burden to my husband and that his life would be better if I wasn't around. Um, and so I need to acknowledge that that is a real part of my experience. Um, but that's because I'm trying to go back to who I was before the concussion, before the car accident, um, to the person that could process and handle things and was a good communicator and could take on a lot more burdens, and that I'm not that person anymore. I'm Quinn post-concussion. Um, so I today I'm just really allowing myself the first time to feel those feelings, because instead I go on Facebook, I play Sims, or overeat, compulsively shop, instead of feeling my feelings of this inadequacy and abandonment and shame, so much shame, and the fear that I won't be able to handle things like I used to. Um, and so I'm in my feelings today, and it's okay to allow myself to feel them, is what I'm trying to remind myself. Um, just to spend a little less time in hiding and acknowledging that this is my new reality. This is my new normal, and that I do have to accept that I've got to give myself space to go through the garage of my unwanted feelings and validate them, to feel them, and to express them, because nobody else is going to do it for me. Nobody else can do it for me. Um, yeah. And I feel one of the things I really want to talk about is like the fear and the shame that if I were to move back to Southern California where I lived and to be around my friends who knew me before the concussion, that I'd have to go through it all over again. That they'd be like, oh, you've changed, you have less of a sense of humor than ever before, and you're too serious. Um, I have that fear that I will lose that love too. Um, yeah, and that hurts. I feel hurt um, at the potential loss of people that I really wanted to see for a long time. Um, so I guess today I'm acknowledging that I have a new normal emotionally, and physically, that am capable of certain amount of things, but not all the things that I used to be able to do. And it's been more than 2 years since the accident, and I'm just now getting to this place of being able to process it, because the past 2 years have been just dealing with the confusion and actually being in the moment of all the pain and the abandonment even from doctors, and fighting and frustration. And I'm glad to be at this place. I'm glad to be at this place that I'm actually feeling my feelings right now. Um, I'm glad to be able to feel them, because I have to normalize myself. Yeah. So, I'm being here. I'm being me. Until next time, friends. Peace.